Hello, hello, hello. My desk is a mess. I'm a mess. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do tonight. Hmm. So I'll work on this while I wait for somebody. Hopefully somebody comes by. I didn't make it last week because I was having a massive headache and just didn't feel like being on the camera or really crafting. So this is actually yesterday's page. I haven't got finished. So let me do something real quick. Find my phone. So I can tell somebody I'm live. Maybe. I remember how to use it.
Right.
And okay. So I'm just going to work on finishing this page, which is butterflies. Remove my glue. Okay, so one thumb up. I cannot talk. Gonna be one of them nights. One thumbs up. Hopefully this comes through clear. As you know, my internet. Not sure why they use that word. It's not a word I like. Let's do a yellow butterfly. I know I'm a little bit early, but it is Thursday, right? Ask my husband if it's Thursday. I don't know. It's been a long day again. Work days are always long anymore. Oops. Okay. Just about ruined its little antenna. I was going to wait and do this after the live and finish this page, but I decided, you know what? I'm just going to finish it because then I won't be going backwards. Hi, Brandy. How are you? I started this. I was a little behind. So this is actually yesterday's that I'm finishing. And yeah, my dogs are going to whimper and whine. Don't know what's going on with them other than it is hot here in this house. And it's too early in the year to turn on the air conditioning. Yeah, I'm okay other than hot. I don't like to be hot. I can be cold all along, just can't stand to be hot. Yesterday was the 17th, right? And there's today's. $13. Some space in here. This is just my drawer of numbers that I'm going through trying to find the number 17. Crafty Artist Sue was nice enough to send me 3 pages of my favorite paper. So I cut all the numbers out, but I didn't think to put them in order. That'd be too easy, right? Number 1. So I did post a picture or a video of my journal that I finished yesterday while I was on Jan's live. And it is now posted in my Etsy store. I must have used 17. Can you hear me okay? I never know with this mic if you can hear me or if all you can hear is background noise. Okay. There's 19. 15. 17. Here we go. Okay. So that's good to glue on this one. So I got 2 thumbs up and 1 watching, according to my little tracker at the top. And then we have a journaling card that is going in this. It goes there. And the quote on here says, "Things I love about us." I love the butterflies. It's one of my favorite things. So I'm just writing some journaling on here. About my husband. Must be quiet, kind of quiet night. I'm going to finish all that in private, so that makes more sense. And then over here, I'm going to write. It's a quote from a Dolly Parton song. Love is like a butterfly. Hi, Jackie. Your internet's flaky today. Well, if I start buffering, let me, because mine acted up for 2 days. Okay, so that was yesterday's page. I just needed to finish up. And here's today's. Where'd my little clip go? You don't like the heat either? Oh, I hate the heat. Can't stand it. I'd much rather be cold. It just, when you have arthritis and such, most people enjoy it, but for me, it makes me swell and swell bad. Okay, so I want to use butterflies again. I really wasn't sure what I wanted to use tonight. So I just got a bunch of stuff on my desk, and I'm going to use what's around me. Your AC is already on. I'm trying to at least wait till May. I don't know if I'm going to succeed. But all we have is a little, well, it's not little, but we have a window air conditioning. That's all we have. So I really hate to be hot at night when I'm sleep. Yeah, if I was in Texas, it'd be on for sure. But it's 80, got to 82 or 83 here today, which is about 20 degrees too warm for me. I can't get that up there. Okay. So let us find. It's down here. I tea-dyed all this paper. Hi, Sandra. And I want to use some of it in that form. This was my Sunday afternoon, what I did Sunday afternoon, rather, adventure, because I did it a different way. I used a paintbrush and painted the tea onto the papers, stacked them all up, and, well, I folded it, but it still tore it crooked. Stacked them all up into a baking pan and then put it on my wood stove and let it get hot. You're in bed? Or were you talking about where I said I can't stand to be hot when I'm sleeping? When I get hot when I'm sleeping, it makes me a bear. Can't stand it. But anyways, I did this, and then I took them out after they started getting, like, the bottom would get done first because it was right next to the heat source. And so I'd flip it over, and when I did that, I would take, oh, yes, your body hurts. I understand. Mine is thumping. Literally. I took a little nap after I came home from work, so I would have the energy to do this. Get that up. I just put it on. Didn't go on straight enough. My legs are they're swollen because of the heat and arthritis. So yeah, I just try to smile and go on. Thank you, Jackie. I just posted another one on a video on my channel. The one I was working on Jan's Live yesterday. And then I put it in my Etsy store. Okay. Glue on me. I don't know why, but I love grid paper. I just love it. Especially after it's tea dyed. But I ironed all these papers. I had one rip on me. It stuck to the bottom of the pan. And I even used a non-stick pan. Can you imagine? Okay, so I'm going to go here. And little clip helps. When I told my arthritis doctor that I would rather be cold than hot, he thought I was crazy because most of his patients want to be warm. I'm like, I can get warm, but I can't never get cool. I mean, I suppose if I lived in some place where they got feet of snow, I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm ready for spring. And I was ready for spring here, but for about 3 days and I'm done. We went to Michael's to get some paper and Easter cards, Mother's Day, and bought another paper pad I really didn't need, but it's so beautiful that I couldn't. I can't resist. We don't have one here yet. We're getting one. They're in the process of remodeling a store for a Hobby Lobby and in the process of turning Pat Catan's into a Michael's. And yeah, let's see. We're going to put the 18 here. But I think we will put this below it. Some contrast. Sorry, ladies. My husband's getting ready to take the dogs out. So if you hear a bunch of noise, that is why. I haven't been to Michael's in about 6 months. because the nearest one to me is in Columbus, Ohio. I have been to Tuesday morning because there's one at this about 25 miles from my daughter's school. So we go there when we can. We won't be going this time though because we'll be packing her up to bring her home for the summer. I haven't been to Hobby Lobby in probably 6 months either. There's one down where she goes to school at too, but it was a Sunday when we took her back, and of course they're closed, which I think that's great. I just kind of wish everything was closed like it used to be on Sundays so people could have family time. So which paper pad did you get, Jackie? Was it one of the Hot Buys or glitter paints? I've never used glitter paints. I've used a couple metallic paints, but no glitter paints. Okay, what did I miss? Hold on. Something came up here on my computer and I can't see chat. There we go. Okay. This paper is from Antique Papery on Etsy. It is one of my favorite shops on Etsy. Her papers are just gorgeous. And I have a whole bunch of them in my cart that I want to buy. So I think that's why I really not worried about Michael's. Yeah, I remember back when I was a kid, you didn't hear of anybody being open. You got ambrosia, okay. Nobody was open on Sundays except for maybe one gas station and a pharmacy. And most things were closed by 7 or 8 o'clock. And people had times with their families. And we miss, our society as a whole misses that, even though most people don't realize it. $22, but got it 40% off. Well, 40% is better than full price, right? This paper was $1. She sells her digital papers for $1, most of them. I'm like, wow. You got 6 different sheets. And I can print it as many times as I want or until I run out of ink, right? And there's a lot in her shop. It's also pretty that I could wallpaper my house in it. My husband wouldn't like it, but I think it'd be a cool room. Okay. So that Sweet Ambrosia. And then I've got these stamps. They're from Bo Bunny. And I'm going to use some of these stamps on here. Just because I like them. What better reason to use a stamp than you like it? And I'm just using the vintage photo. My mind went blank. I just want some more texture. Sweet Ambrosia. I'll have to look that one up because I don't think I've heard of that one. So are you home from work, Jackie? Sorry if I'm making y'all dizzy moving my book around like that. This one is like chicken wire. that I'm putting on there now. Okay. My lid. Set this over here. And I have my phone somewhere. I pulled a quote up. Yeah, I will do flip through. I'm trying to finish this one, and then I will do a flip through of all of March and April's. Oops, that's not going to get me to it. Photos. I always try to do a flip through of everything I do. Okay, so my quote is, when you can't control what's happening, challenge yourself to control the way you respond. You want me to link Antique Papery? I can do that. Get my quote on here, and then I'll finish decorating. I'll watch what I'm doing. I'll write what I'm saying instead of write what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah, some of them you can't. They might, as long as you have the download link and show where you paid for the paper, they should be able to print it for you. Oh, okay. You're in and out under the tunnel. Okay. Control. Just messed that word up the way. Respond. What's happening? Oh, I'm gonna put washi over that. Happening. Didn't leave myself enough room. That's where your power is. Okay, so that, I love washi because you can fix mistakes with it. So I didn't leave myself enough room there to write the word happening. Okay. Do I hear thunder? Sorry. Well, sorry about that. I thought I heard thunder. My dogs don't like noise, so. And they get quite loud when they bark at things. In and out of the tunnel. Ugh, my glue. This one's probably not going to be quite dark enough to really cover it good, but oh yeah, you can't tell. Snow at it around the page. That's a good part about a junk journal. If you mess up, there's really no mess ups. You just cover it up and go on. Unless you accidentally rip the page completely out of the book. Which maybe I shouldn't say that because I'm liable to. But I always put glue on the washi. It doesn't stay down if you don't. No, put it upside down. Okay. It's a quiet, quiet place. Other than my dogs. Is anybody else crafting? I know Brandy said she's in bed. She's not, her body's hurting. And Jackie's on the tunnel, in the tunnel. In and out of the tunnel, I should say. See, I can't talk. I worked today, and it was long and cold. It was cold in my back office as I was in the freezer. It was so weird to be almost 80 degrees outside and been cold. Thinking of taking a nap. I did that right after dinner. I knew I was going live this evening, and I didn't want to be yawning all night because I'm a huge yawner. Okay, now we need something to add some more dimension. Probably won't be a real long live. Simply because I have to work in the morning. And so I got all these trims at Pat Catan's the other day for 52 cents. So might as well use some of them, right? I'm sorry I missed last week, but I had a heck of a headache and I couldn't do it. Oh, and welcome to my channel, Partner Chicken. I'm not sure you've been here before. I've seen some of your videos. I don't always have time to comment, but I've watched some of your videos with you and your little helper. Pretty sure that was you and your little helper. Until you said dinner. Well, I'm on the Eastern time zone, so I'm not sure which time zone you're in, but it's almost 8:30 here, or almost 9 o'clock here. Central, okay. I've watched so many different people, I can't keep track of who is where. I know a few, but not everybody. And I try to watch a lot of people, but sometimes you just get overwhelmed with videos. Okay, I think I need to write April on here somewhere by this 18. I think I found your channel through MB Gray Designs, I think. Brandy, I don't remember where I found her channel because I've been watching hers for a long, long time. And I've known Jackie for a long time. We are going to put some gold on here. And I think that will brighten up this page. Yes, I like that. I will show you the last couple pages I've done. Got a little behind. I took a couple days off and not posting on Instagram or anything. Got a vintage. No vintage. Let's see. What do we want to put there? How about a big rose? My husband does. I craft in the living room. He's got it turned down low. Is it too loud? Because I can have him turn it down until I'm done with this. No, it's not too loud. Okay. All right. Let's see. I don't like that one. But he sits here in the living room with me, and because we have a really small house. So until our daughter graduates and moves to wherever she's going to settle at, we just have one living room. And then eventually I will take over her bedroom, which was originally my craft room at one point, till we decided we was having a child. So full circle, I guess, right? But he's playing on his phone anyway, so he wasn't paying attention to the. Thank you, Jackie. I'm going to put a little doily behind this rose. And I'm using art glitter glue, which doesn't take a lot at all. It's my favorite glue. I've tried Fabri-Tac and I can't do it because of the smell. So this holds just about everything that Fabri-Tac holds. Mine is sheer ribbon. I cannot get sheer ribbon to stay down with it. Let me finish this and I'll read chat. Finish putting this down. Hate to cover that, but I want that background. Y'all, LOL, I think we all end up in the dining room or living room at some point. Yes. Well, I figure if I'm not in the living room where he's at, we'd never spend any time together because I'm always crafting. So at least if I'm in the living room, we're together, right? When I'm hanging out with my friends online, they're always talking and he's always answering them too. So I think he's part of the community now. I did have my own craft room before Ashley was born. I made a lot of wreaths out of grapevines and flowers and stuff like that. And then when I found I was pregnant, we turned that into her bedroom. And then she's probably about a year and a half, 2 years old, I decided to scrapbook. So I took over the kitchen table. And there's only 3 of us, so I removed one of the chairs and put a little cabinet beside the table so I could have my paper and all my stuff. And I soon outgrew that. So then I took over a cabinet that we got. It was an old computer desk cabinet that someone gave me, and it's still full of supplies, but I don't use it to craft it anymore because the little tray that you put the keyboard on keeps coming out and hitting you. So hopefully this summer we get to redo the living room a little bit and get some new floors down and put up some of those cube shelvings beside of my desk here to make things a little more neat. Because right now it looks like a craft store threw up in the corner. I'm sure y'all know what that's like. But as long as I'm not out doing anything bad, so I'm the only one in my house. My husband, if no one else likes it, they don't have to come in and visit. Of course, my mom always said if they're coming to your house to look at your house, they come in for the wrong reason. So I need some gold on this side. Do you have your own craft room? Or are you in the kitchen or the dining room? It's just so interesting to see how many people don't have craft rooms. And then you see these that have these elaborate crafts rooms. And I'm like, whoa. I'm a washi tape junkie now. I used to not be. I used to hate the stuff. Crafts from the dungeon. How are you? I've got this one little piece. These are like remnants that they sold in a package of 12. Had 10 feet in it. And like I said, since they were going out of business, Michael's is taking them over. I got them for 52 cents a piece for the trim. I pulled that one out. I wasn't planning on using it. Got a little ahead of myself. So I think I want my Wink of Stella, wherever I stuck it at yesterday. Because I'm going to Wink of Stella some of this rose. Just to give it a little bit of shimmer. I have to buy a new one. Just the red parts. I'm not perfectionist. Nah, I am more of a perfectionist if I'm making a journal that I'm selling, but this is my journal. This is my thoughts, so. If it's one I'm making, I get a little OCD. Because I want the person who's buying it to be happy. Jackie, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. You broke what ribs? You blew up the stream. Hi, Laura. How are you? Then I have... This one is silver. But we're going to outline to give this some more depth. Just because I'm all about playing tonight. I'm having fun. What can I add? What can I add? Thank you. Put some shadows around some of this. Considering I didn't have any idea what I was going to do when I started this. It's not turning out half bad. The only thing I knew is I had a quote to go on it. So when you can't control what's happening around you, you can control how you respond to it, basically. Sometimes I don't respond so good. Guess it depends on the situation, right? Hold on a minute. I lost track of my chat. Notification was hiding it. Chicken is barnyard chicken. I'm not sure. I know her name, but I can't. I'm not good with everybody's name. Some days I do well to know my own name. I like how this is giving this a little bit of shadow around it. Like it's actually popped up when it's not. Yes, everybody have a great, I almost said Christmas. Goodness. Hi, Sue. How are you? Hi, Crafty. My eyes. J Newton. Sorry, I'm not, like I said, I'm not good with names. So that is my page. I think that's where I'm going to leave it at. But they were asking to see some of the others. So I'll flip back through here. You want to go to the beginning with this one? Oh, I just tumbled everything. This one, this was from a friend of mine, this flower that she made. It's so pretty. And then I just used little die cuts to give it some interest. You have a craft room. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Sometimes people are miles away from you can make you feel better than the people who are right beside of you. I think we all know that's true. Why they call it the dungeon. This is all napkin pretty much behind there. And I needed that day. It was don't be pushed around by your fears, your mind that are in your mind, be led by the dreams in your heart. Rails is one of my best buddies. Okay. And then this one is just a pocket I used the rest of our napkin on. Your name is Lisa, but chicken's good too. Okay. And then this is a little envelope I made to hide journaling in. I just haven't journaled in it yet. I have a thing for roses, butterflies, birds, botanicals. So you'll see that a lot. This is probably my favorite page, hands down, that I've ever done in a journal for myself. And there's lace and fabric, and this flips open. Be honest in your life. It creates positive energy. Stop all unfairness. Stopping all unfairness through life. There's a pocket there. Thank you. This was one of those envelopes that they send you to mail in, and I just made it into a pocket, and I glued her in the inside and sealed it shut. And then this was a real vintage postcard that my friend sent me. And that's so cool. You can see all the writing. It was from 1909. And I just stuck it in there with a belly band. And I love ripped paper. So those of you that never been to my channel before, those are you'll see in my journals everywhere is flowers, butterflies, birds. Love is the flower you've got to let grow. And then this one, I'm not going to read them all to you, but I love this pink paper. Hi, Julia. How are you? And then this one, Free Spirit. You don't need to follow the mold all the time. Do your own thing. This is probably my least favorite page. It didn't turn out like I thought it would, but you can't love them all. Thank you. I can show you a sneak peek of that journal. I just have to go get it. It's over on the shelf. Nature is not a place to visit. It is life. There's just a bunch of journaling cards in there. And then this is after, Laura, after I watched your video, your live where you were doing the smooshing of the papers. This is some of the papers that I smooshed in the background for this page. I did an envelope, and that's just some of them. Some washi tape. And then I made one of these. Yeah, it was fun. I made one of these into a pocket here, and I put some bling on it. And I made this gorgeous tag. Isn't she gorgeous? We have lost something in the way people carry themselves. And it's just collaging. Some more of my birds, my butterfly. Well, there are butterflies on here. And then this is made out of a round doily, and I made a little pocket and sewed it. Even more gorgeous. Yeah, they're just something about them. And then I made a lace pocket here, and then this flips up, and then that's where I wrote what I had to write about that day. And I got that from a digital download. My quote. And this is my daughter's artwork. My friend from church mailed me a letter, which is here. I just folded it and made it into put it in a pocket. I turned the artwork into a pocket. But my daughter, who is 21, did this when she was probably 8 or 9 at our church. And so she found it in a book that she was cleaning out at church, and she copied it, wrote me a letter, and sent it to me. And then this was on the back of the envelope, and that was the stamp on it. Yeah, I had never seen this. She must have done this when I was upstairs for church service, and she was downstairs with the youth leader at the time. Glue all over me. The journey of 1,000 miles begin with one step, and I can't tell you who said it, but I did put his name there. This tag was sent to me by my friend Rebecca. And then there's the 16th. This paper is from Antique Papery, into the description box. And this is yesterday's. And this is a quote from a song, Love is Like a Butterfly. And then I've got 2 pockets here to put my journaling in. And then there's one I did today. Let me grab, and see, I even use junk mail in here. This is like one of those credit card, we're changing your rules and regulations. Behind that, Tim. So that here, and I'm going to give you a sneak peek. The video itself will be better because I explained everything. I gotta wait for Jersey for Laura to get back. But there is my newest journal. I absolutely love it. And it is in my Etsy store. It's all covered with fabric on the inside and the out. And then it's got these metal book corners on the ends. And I even made a tassel for it. And I put this beautiful butterfly charm on there. Thank you, Julia. Like I said, the video, it is up and it'll show you more. It's pretty much completely decorated on the inside. And so got a little alligator mouth. It's almost all vintage, replica vintage, I should say. Ephemera and all that in there, except for this. This is a actual true vintage postcard. And it was mailed, but I cannot read. Looks like it says something 1903. Isn't that cool? I found a whole stack of them at a antique store. But yeah. So I'll let you go look at the actual video for it, but that was just a sneak. She's so pretty. I really debated keeping it for myself, but if I keep them all, I'll have to have 1,000 bookshelves because this is like the 26th journal I've made. So I've sold most of them. Got like eight of them that I haven't sold. A Tori. She closes with that. And she's called Cherish. And I did wink Estella, like the little band that she has in her hair. I don't know if you can see that or not. Okay, you might be able to see it. And then I did the flowers that's around her dress. Thank you, I keep wanting to call you Jersey tonight for some reason. Thank you, Laura. And whenever you get one of my journals, they've been stored in this plastic bag so nothing gets into them. Thank you, thank you. So, it was a short live tonight. I have to work tomorrow. I found this book, though, at a antique store. It's not as old as I thought it was, but it's like 1958. But look at these images as soon as I find them. Look at those roses. You're used to being called Jersey. It happens. People call me Pick. People call me Perfectly. They call me a little bit everything. So this is going to all be used in journals. And then I'll take the book. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And then turn that book into a journal. Because the cover is in perfect condition. I mean, perfect. I've always loved roses. So anyway, that is my live for tonight. I'm going to get off here, put my feet up, and rest. Get ready for bed because I have to be up at 6:30 to go to work in the morning. I thank you all for stopping by, and I'll link those antique papery in the description box. And I hope to see you next Thursday when I go live at 8:30. Thanks for coming. Bye. Have a great night. On the end. There it is.